Now today we are going to start with ammonia. As you all know, ammonia is having this structure in which it is joined by a covalent bond. Ammonia is nitrogen. Ammonia formula is NH3. Nitrogen is having 5 electron in its outermost shell. One electron it is sharing with that hydrogen. So it is forming 3 covalent bonds. It is having very pungent smell and found near the decaying heap of organic matter. Why the question comes, why ammonia is having very pungent smell? So ammonia is having very pungent smell because it is formed by the bacterial decomposition of urea found in urine. Now, forms of ammonia, there are many forms of ammonia like gaseous ammonia. Gaseous ammonia means only ammonia which is present in a gas form. Liquid ammonia means you have liquefied it. Aqueous ammonia, that means ammonia is dissolved in a water. Always remember, whenever ammonia is dissolved in a water, it always forms NH4OH. Means whenever ammonia dissolved in water, its formula changes. Its formula is NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide. Now, how this ammonia can be prepared? Ammonia can be prepared when any of the ammonium salt react with alkali. Ammonia can be prepared by any ammonium salt except ammonium nitrate and ammonium nitrite. When react with alkali, it forms salt, water and ammonia. What is the lab method of preparation? Lab preparation, when ammonium chloride we are taking, and with that we are taking calcium hydroxide. Alkali are NaOH and KOH also, but we cannot use it because they are deliquescent. So we are using CaOH. Now here see the apparatus, how it is being used. Tilted flask is used, in which we have taken CaOH whole twice and NH4Cl. From this, one delivery tube is going, as you are watching. Delivery tube is going in this empty flask. Then because ammonia is lighter than air, so it will go upward. There is CaO. CaO is drying agent. CaO is drying agent. Here ammonia will get dry because here water vapors are also forming. So ammonia and water vapor both are coming. It will go up. It will go to the CaO. CaO will dry it. So ammonia, all the water vapor will be dried. All the water vapor will be absorbed here. Only ammonia will go up. Now ammonia will go up and here it will get collected, and ammonia is collected by downward displacement of air. As it go up, यहाँ पे इसको space चाहिए, it will push the air down and it will be collected here because it is lighter than air. Now so many questions are there based on this. First one, excess of CaOH whole twice is used. यहाँ पर here it is written excess of CaOH. So why the excess of CaOH whole twice is used? So why it is used? Because this is NH4Cl sublimation product, means it can sublime. So to counteract the loss caused by the sublimation of this NH4Cl, CaOH whole twice is used. Excess में use, ताकि वो जल्दी से जल्दी will react with all the NH4OH, so loss will be less. Next question is, why calcium hydroxide is used as NaOH and KOH are also alkalis? So why? As I told you, why it is used? Because it is NaOH and KOH is deliquescent alkalis. Why is tilted flask used? Very important question. We have used tilted flask, not straight flask. We have used tilted flask. So why it is tilted flask used? So that water, because here we are heating it up. So if water will trickle back, it will break the glass. So that water vapor should not trickle back. As water vapor will trickle back, so it will condense. So it will break this glass because it is warm, thick. Why is CaO used? So what is the use of CaO? It is acting as a drying agent. In our last chapter we have learned that it is concentrated H2SO4. So why it is not used, or P2O5 is not used? Because they will react with NH3. So always remember HCl is dried by concentrated H2SO4 and ammonia is dried by CaO. Next, why is ammonia collected by downward displacement of air? Downward displacement of air because it is lighter than air. Why? And why it is not collected over water? It cannot be collected over water because it is highly soluble in water, same as HCl. Why NH4NO3, that is ammonium nitrate, and ammonium nitrite cannot be used? Why it cannot be used? Because they decompose, they dissociate on heating. What is the difference in decomposition and dissociation? Decomposition, they are forming product. Dissociation, they are also forming product. But dissociation is reversible reaction and decomposition is irreversible reaction. So they dissociate on heating. What are the other method of preparation? Very important. Metal nitride. This is magnesium nitride, Mg3N2, react with warm water. It form hydroxide and ammonia. Question come in this way. Tell them the divalent nitride of divalent metal that can form ammonia to magnesium. Tell the trivalent metal that can form ammonia. Tell the nitride of trivalent metal that can form ammonia, so it is aluminium. So aluminium nitride react with warm water forming aluminium hydroxide and ammonia. I hope it is clear. Now see, preparation of aqueous ammonia. How can we prepare aqueous ammonia? So aqueous ammonia, how we were preparing aqueous HCl? We were preparing aqueous HCl by dissolving it in a water, as it is highly soluble in water. Similarly, aqueous ammonia can also be prepared by dissolving it in a water, as it is highly soluble in water. Suppose यहाँ से from here ammonia is coming. Now we have not taken a straight tube, we have taken what? Again inverted funnel. Why? Because of back section. What will happen in back section if we have taken a straight tube? As ammonia is highly soluble in water, it will dissolve here. So rate of dissolution is more than the rate of production. So back section will take place. It will go in a generating flask, right? It will break the reaction. It will break the reaction and reaction may stop. So we have taken inverted funnel. So it will take time. More surface area, it will take time. From here ammonia get dissolved, from here ammonia get dissolved, here ammonia get dissolved, here ammonia get dissolved. So it will take time to dissolve ammonia in a water. Till then ammonia will come. So back section will not take place. So what is the use of this inverted funnel? It will provide large surface area and prevent back section of water. And remember, when ammonia will dissolve in this, from here, so here vacuum will create. So little bit water will go inside. Little bit water will start going inside. So when little bit water will start going inside, so it will push the inverted funnel up. Till then ammonia will come. Ammonia will push the water down. So in this way, this inverted funnel will keep on doing like this. Inverted funnel will keep on doing like this, up down. So why it is doing? Because from here ammonia is dissolving, from here. Now vacuum is being created. Water will start going inside. Till then ammonia will come, because it has taken a lot of time to dissolve ammonia. Till then ammonia will come. So ammonia, when water will go inside, so funnel will get pushed up, right? And when ammonia will come, ammonia will push, because ammonia is a gas, little bit something is there, so it will push the ammonia water again down. तो water down होगा, तो again funnel नीचे आ जाएगा. तो इस तरह funnel will keep on doing up down. All right. I hope preparation of ammonia is clear. Aqueous ammonia, preparation of ammonia, lab method of preparation of ammonia is clear. Now this is your Haber's process. The production of ammonia on a large scale is called as Haber's process. As you have learned also, Haber's process, what is the ratio of nitrogen and hydrogen? Nitrogen N2 plus 3H2, that is 1:3, is going to give you 2NH3, volume of ammonia. So from here, see what is the procedure is not very much important. The important is reaction and their condition. But see what happened from dry ammonia and dry ammonia from where? From the fractional distillation, and dry hydrogen from where? By the Bosch process is coming and is going in a compression pump where the pressure is there more than 200 atmospheric pressure. They will get compressed. Then they will go to a catalytic chamber where iron, finely divided iron. What is the use of finely divided iron? Finely divided iron because it provides large surface area, so reaction will take place very easily and it will increase the efficiency of catalyst also. Iron will be there. For increasing the efficiency of catalyst, molybdenum is also there, which is acting as a promoter. So from the compression pump they will go to a catalytic chamber where catalysts will act on it. Then they will go to the condenser, because catalytic chamber mein there will be a temperature also around 400 to 500 degrees Celsius. So they will get heated up. Now they will condense. When they will condense, they will cool down and it will form liquid ammonia. But the procedure which we are following in this way, only 15% ammonia can be prepared. From here only 15% ammonia can be prepared. We want to enhance because by rest unused nitrogen and hydrogen will get wasted up. So what we are going to do, from the condenser, unused hydrogen and nitrogen will go back to a compressor pump. How unused nitrogen and hydrogen will go back? From a liquid ammonia we can separate it out. How? But liquid ammonia liquefy first, so ammonia will get liquefied and nitrogen and hydrogen will go back. Second, we can absorb ammonia in a water. Nitrogen and hydrogen will not get absorbed that easily, so they will get separated and they will go back to a compressor pump. All right, compressor pump. What are the conditions? Favorable condition for this is pressure 200 atmospheric pressure, temperature here 450 to 500. Iron, finely divided iron. What is the use of it? It is acting as a catalyst. What is the use of molybdenum? That is acting as a promoter. All right, this reaction is carried by high pressure, carried out in a forward reaction by high pressure, because 4 volume of reactant, like 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen, N2 plus 3H2, right? 1 hydrogen and 3 nitrogen combine to give you 2 volume of product. So when we are going from a higher reactant level to the lower product level, higher reactant means 4 volume, lower product level, that means 2 volume. So high pressure favors the reaction. Next, low temperature favors the reaction. Why low temperature favors the reaction? Because this reaction is exothermic, that is why this low temperature favors this reaction. Remember one thing, when we are carrying nitrogen and hydrogen back, so it can carry impurity in the form of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, product of sulfur like H2S, right? So it can cause catalytic poisoning. Means if we are using nitrogen and hydrogen as it is, it will go to a compression pump, then to a catalytic chamber where catalyst is present. So those impurities which are present in unused nitrogen and hydrogen can poison this catalyst, That is why the removal of catalytic poison is necessary, and then we can use unused nitrogen and hydrogen. And if we are using unused nitrogen and hydrogen, 98% of yield can be achieved. All right, I hope that Haber's process is clear to you, right? Now the fountain experiment. What is the use of this fountain experiment? To demonstrate high solubility of ammonia in water. As HCl, fountain experiment is shown by 2 gases, that is ammonia and HCl. So what is the use of this? To demonstrate high solubility of ammonia in water. So again we have taken a round bottom flask, we have placed dropper, and in this dropper there is water, and one jet tube is there, and one through in which red litmus solution is there, and through in which the red litmus solution is there. Inside this round bottom flask, what is there? Ammonia. Inside this round bottom flask, what is there? Ammonia, dry ammonia. All right. Now what happened? From this dropper we will squeeze, water inside. Water will go inside, right? Ammonia is highly soluble. Suppose here the molecules of ammonia are present. So ammonia is highly soluble in water. It will get solubilized. So ammonia dissolve. So inside that round bottom flask, pressure will be created. Inside round bottom flask, vacuum created. From here, atmospheric pressure is acting on red litmus. Atmospheric pressure is more, inside pressure is less. To equalize this pressure, the red litmus is forced in. When it will forced in, so it will form a fountain, because pressure is less, here pressure is more. But inside it now, as I told you there first when we had started the video, I told you when ammonia dissolved in water, it form NH4OH. Now what is present? OH minus ion. So what will happen? This red litmus will turn blue. So see here, from dropper we have placed water. Water will go inside, ammonia will get dissolved. Particles of ammonia becomes less. Pressure will be created inside. Atmospheric pressure outside is higher. To equalize this pressure, red litmus will forced in. To ammonia, because it has dissolved in a water, it has formed NH4OH. So NH4OH form. NH4OH is basic. So what happened? Red litmus in a basic solution will turn blue. All right. I hope it is clear now. Now, what are physical properties of ammonia? Ammonia is basic in physical property. Ammonia is having pungent smell. Ammonia is lighter than air. It is heavy. It is highly soluble in water. These all are the physical properties of ammonia. You can read it from the book. Chemical properties we should come. What are the chemical properties? First one, basic property. So what is basic property? When ammonia dissolved in water, it always form NH4OH. In a question paper, it is being asked, in an exam, it is being asked, what is the formula of ammonia solution? So ammonia solution formula is NH4OH. What is the formula of liquid ammonia? NH3. Liquid matlab it liquefies. We have liquefied it only under high pressure. Right? What is the formula of dry ammonia? To NH3. Thick. Sometime basic property, some scientists say Arrhenius and Lewis. So Arrhenius is saying basic is OH minus, so it is having OH minus. But Arrhenius say basic is those who is having lone pair of electron. So lone pair of electron it is having, this nitrogen is having. So it also account for a basic property, but we do not consider it very much because it is very less basic when it is liquid or low. So basically we consider liquid or dry ammonia as a non-basic, but we consider aqueous ammonia as a basic because it contains OH minus ion. In some books, when you go to a higher study, some books it is also written that ammonia is basic because it is having lone pair of electron. So here it is not written, but in a higher classes when you go, it will be there ammonia being basic. But here it is like concept of every scientist is different, so this is also different. So don't worry about it. You should say what account for the basic property of ammonia, that is the presence of OH minus ion when ammonia dissolved in water. Next one, burning of ammonia in oxygen. When we burn ammonia in oxygen, it burns with a yellowish green flame. Like ammonia and oxygen, so what it is forming? Nitrogen and water. What it is forming? Nitrogen and water. This is not so that nitrogen is burning with a yellowish green flame. No, ammonia is burning in oxygen with a yellowish green flame forming nitrogen. Nitrogen is not yellowish green gas. All right. So don't don't get confused कि nitrogen is yellowish green gas. No, ammonia itself is burning in oxygen with a yellowish green flame forming nitrogen. Now, ammonia can be burned in two ways. First, with catalyst. First is without catalyst. Second, it's with catalyst. So when catalyst is there, so it will be a catalytic oxidation of ammonia or burning of ammonia in oxygen in the presence of catalyst. What catalyst we are using? Platinum. What is the temperature we are giving? 800 degrees Celsius. So when ammonia burns with oxygen in the presence of platinum at 800 degrees Celsius, it is forming 6H2O and NO. NO is nitric oxide. NO is nitric oxide. It is not very stable compound, or it will get more oxygen because more oxygen is present. So it combines with oxygen immediately and forming nitrogen dioxide, which is reddish brown gas. So here, what is the observation? When ammonia reacts with oxygen in the presence of catalyst, or what happened when catalytic oxidation of ammonia take place? So what happened? It burns with reddish brown, ammonia burns with oxygen in the presence of catalyst, and what is the observation? That it forms reddish brown gas, nitrogen dioxide. It forms reddish brown gas, nitrogen dioxide. I hope it is clear. It formed reddish brown gas, nitrogen dioxide. One more observation is there from this part. What is the observation from this part? That platinum, this reaction here, यहाँ पर reaction में heat will also evolve. I have not written, but it will be written there. Heat is evolved. So when heat will evolve, the platinum keeps on glowing even after heating is discontinued. मतलब reaction is still going. We have stopped heating it. 800 degrees Celsius temperature it is reached. Reaction has been started. Now heat is evolving. So that heat will take place and platinum will keep on glowing. As platinum glows when it reaches to 800 degrees Celsius, and it will keep on glowing even after heating is discontinued, because this reaction is exothermic reaction. So whenever catalytic oxidation of ammonia will come, you will have to write both the reactions. Alright, observation comes, so you will have to write both the observation. What are the first observation? That it is forming reddish brown gas, nitrogen dioxide, and platinum keeps on glowing even after heating is discontinued. Now next chemical property of ammonia is acting as a reducing agent. So reducing agent क्या होते हैं? What are the reducing agent? That can grab oxygen, or that can give hydrogen. Reducing agent can be of two types. What? Reducing agent is working on two bases, that can grab oxygen or that can give hydrogen. So first one, see, any of the metallic oxide, any of the metallic oxide means those who are little bit less reactive. Sodium oxide, potassium oxide, aluminium oxide, magnesium oxide, they cannot be reduced by this ammonia because they are highly reactive. They can only be reduced by electrolysis. So those who are little bit less reactive, those metallic oxide like copper oxide, lead oxide, they can be reduced by ammonia. So what ammonia will do? Ammonia will take oxygen, it will form copper, water and nitrogen gas. So what is your observation here? The black solid, the black copper oxide will turn into reddish brown copper. Understood? Now lead oxide, again from here also oxygen will be grabbed. So oxygen grabbed, so here lead will form, water form, nitrogen. So what is the common? That water and nitrogen is going to form. So reducing agent, it has reduced lead oxide, but itself it gets oxidized. Right or wrong? Bhai, ammonia is reducing CuO, means it is getting oxidized. So it is getting oxidized, right? And ammonia is reducing CuO or PbO. So what is our observation for PbO? That yellow lead oxide will convert into grayish metal lead. Alright, this is the first one in which oxygen is being grabbed. Now second one, ammonia is reacting with chlorine. तो यहाँ पर तो ऑक्सीजन है ही नहीं. So what happened? So either oxygen will be grabbed or hydrogen will be given. Either oxygen will be grabbed or hydrogen will be given. Alright, so here ammonia will give hydrogen. But this reaction, very important reactions. This reaction take place in two ways. First one, ammonia can be excess. Second one, chlorine can be excess. First one, ammonia can be excess. Second one, in excess, and chlorine can be in excess. So how can you identify this? कि मैम ammonia is in excess or chlorine is in excess. So you have to learn the reaction with its balancing. See यहाँ पर 8 NH3 and 3 Cl2. See, watching itself it is clear. 8 NH3 means ammonia is in excess. NH3 1, 3 Cl2. Ammonia 1, chlorine 3. मतलब chlorine is in excess. Alright. So when ammonia is in excess, what happen? It form nitrogen and NH4Cl. It will be 6 NH4Cl. It will be 6 NH4Cl. Remember, it will be 6 NH4Cl. Reaction is little bit unbalanced. It will be 6 NH4Cl. So ammonia is in excess. So it is forming nitrogen and NH4Cl. So what is the observation when ammonia reacts with chlorine? When ammonia is in excess. Ammonia is in excess. So what will happen? The dense white fumes of NH4Cl form. Ammonia is NH3, NH4Cl, one hydrogen it got reduced, right? What happened when this NH3 and Cl2 reacts together? When chlorine is in excess. So when chlorine is in excess, then it will form 3HCl and NCl3. NCl3 is nitrogen trichloride. Nitrogen trichloride, yellow liquid. It is highly explosive. So what is the observation when ammonia reacts with chlorine and chlorine is in excess? Then when chlorine is in excess, then it is forming highly explosive yellow colored liquid. It is forming highly explosive yellow colored liquid. All right. So see, ammonia is in excess, मतलब nitrogen ज़्यादा है. Nitrogen ज़्यादा है means nitrogenous product. Trick to remember. Nitrogen, ammonia is in excess means nitrogen ज़्यादा है. Nitrogen ज़्यादा means nitrogen and ammonium chloride. All right. Nitrogen ये भी है, nitrogen ये भी है. Chlorine is in excess means chlorine is more. So hydrogen chloride and NCl3 both chlorinated product. All right. Remember this in this way. And these are these four reactions are very important. Means these catalytic oxidation is also, means all these reactions are very important. Learn it properly. All right. Next one. When reaction with acid, ammonia reacts with HCl. Combination reaction NH4Cl. Ammonia reacts with H2SO4. As ammonia, you know, ammonia, dry ammonia is not basic, but वैसे तो it is basic ना, तो acid and base reacts together to form salt and water, but it is not forming water. When ammonia reacts with H2SO4, पूरा combination हो जाएगा ammonium sulfate. Ammonia reacts with HNO3, पूरा combination हो जाएगा ammonium nitrate, right? Aqueous solution of ammonia with acid. Aqueous मतलब NH4OH. So now base and acid will form salt and water. All right. Aqueous ammonia reacts with so many salt compound also that you have learned in your class, in this class only, in chapter number 4, when it reacts with iron 2 chloride. It is not now this aqueous solution of ammonia reacts with acid. It is clear. Now aqueous solution of ammonia, you have learned in your chapter number 4 that it can react with many of the salts like it is not given here, it is not written here, but many of the salts like iron salt, iron 2 salt, iron 3 salt, lead salt, zinc salt and copper salt. So you will have to learn those reactions also. It is given there in your book. Learn that with the iron 2 salt it is giving dirty green precipitate. With iron 3 salt it is giving reddish brown precipitate. With iron with zinc it is giving gelatinous white precipitate. With lead it is giving chalky white precipitate, and with copper it is giving pale blue precipitate. And that copper precipitate is soluble in excess of ammonia solution. So this you have to learn from your book only. All right. Now so many tests are given. Test of ammonia is what? Test of ammonia, the first one is it is having very pungent smell, right? Next one is test for ammonia, that you can dissolve it in a water. Then litmus test you can perform. Litmus test means red litmus will turn blue, methyl orange will turn yellow, and phenolphthalein will turn pink. Glass rod dipped in HCl can be brought near the mouth of ammonia. So what will happen? Dense white fumes of NH4Cl form. One is very important, Nessler reagent, that is K2HgI4. Open your book and see K2HgI4, that is called as Nessler reagent. When you add this in a ammonia solution, a brown ring will form. Brown ring, this test will perform in our lab. When school will get open, we will perform this in a lab. Nessler reagent. Now the uses of ammonia is, it can be used in explosive like ammonium nitrate. It can be used in medicine like ammonium carbonate. It can be used in preparation of fertilizer like ammonium sulfate. It can be used in dry cells like ammonium chloride, right? सबसे important uses, it can be used as a in a ice plants. It can be used in a ice plant as it is very good coolant. It can be used as a coolant. How? Ammonia take lot of time to ammonia take lot of heat to evaporate. So that heat will be, or it evaporates rapidly. Remember, listen, ammonia take lot of heat to evaporate, and ammonia takes lot of heat to evaporate and evaporate very rapidly. So that heat will be taken up from the surrounding. So surrounding से heat लेगा, surrounding will get cooled down. So that is why it can be used in a ice plant. So basically हम लोग कौन सा coolant use करते हैं? CFC. So in place of CFC we can use liquid ammonia, but we are not using it. क्यों नहीं यूज़ करते? Because most of the जो equipments है, that is coming with a copper based, and it is not compatible with the copper. So it reduce copper. अगर oxide जरा सा भी बना लिया तो it will reduce, so they will get wasted up, everything will be messed up. So it is not, we are not using, but in a near future we can use it as a coolant. All right, बाकी के uses you can read it from the book. Thank you.